Sequilibrium, sequilibrium. Two guys sound like they're sucking helium. Sequilibrium, sequilibrium. Sitting on their freaking bums.
No, I mean, we both have the brains of Dory. Dory the fish.
Which is a very masculine thing to mention, by the way.
I mean, I
think we could compare ourselves to something other than Dory the fish. Let's think of another movie star that... Oh, I got it. Bill Murray.
Who forgets
Fucking
things?
Bill Murray.
What did he forget things
He
in?
forgets the day every day.
In what?
Oh, I guess he doesn't forget it.
No,
does he?
yeah, exactly. So our only option is Dory the fish.
Let's pretend that he forgets it.
Okay,
and let's be Bill Murray.
When I was a kid, I was told that I was like Forgetful Jones from Sesame Street. Do you remember Forgetful Jones?
Not
Forgetful
really.
Jones was a cowboy. For some reason, he forgot things all the time. Now, I don't know why that correlates to the cowboy character. Like, were cowboys historically known to forget things? I don't know. But yet, you look up this guy, Forgetful Jones, too.
Okay.
He's fucking awesome. He's really cool, and he's really kind of a cool character to look up to. So I kind of like almost chosen to be forgetful, to be more like Forgetful Jones, because he is fucking cool.
Huh.
Welcome to Sequilibrium.
Welcome.
The movie podcast about sequels in which we talk about Sesame Street instead.
And Finding Nemo.
And Finding Dory.
Dory.
What, are you just so against females you can't call it Finding Dory? The sequel to Finding Nemo?
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't as good as Finding Nemo.
I
Come on,
never watched Finding Dory. Never watched it.
Really?
I had no interest. I don't have kids. I don't. So I mean,
Yeah.
I do like kids cartoons. Like people always thought, oh, you're gonna go see Wreck-It Ralph? Yeah, I'm gonna see Wreck-It Ralph because that's got video games. I do like Pixar, but like I don't care about fish and Dory and like, oh, it's a funny stoner turtle.
And it might have come out at just the right time too, because some of the kids' movies that are popular today, I just don't understand. Along with theme songs within the movie that become radio hits, just blows my mind. Like that, they don't talk about Bruno song. Like,
Oh
what
yeah.
the fuck?
Oh, dude, Encanto's amazing. you can't touch Encanto. I hope they don't ever do a sequel because then we don't have to watch it and then say bad things about it.
They probably will.
I know, and then we'll probably have to say bad things about the sequel.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So unprofessional.
Totally.
My goodness.
This is the Halloween 2 episode. Chad, you watched Halloween for the second time of your life, right?
I'd say second. There were a
Second?
few parts that I remembered, but
Yeah.
very, very little.
Yeah. Okay, so sorry, I totally like was gonna go in one direction and then I decided to go in the other direction and then I don't even have my notes for that direction pulled up. Okay, so let's start out with you telling me that this opening was cheesy.
I'd say the first
20 minutes.
No,
you were saying it
honestly,
was
I'd
cheesy?
say like the first 10. But that's not a bad thing. I'm going to tell you right now, I rate this movie high.
I love that. I was so worried that you were going to be like, it's a 6.
No, I rate it pretty high.
The blood looked like Arby's sauce.
Well, I got to say the blood on his sister
In the beginning.
on her chest,
On her
it's
yabos?
It almost looks like he's just stabbing her in the thigh.
It
Is
al-
what it looks like.
It almost looked like he was stabbing her with a squeezed bottle of ketchup. It was just, yeah, I like my yabos covered in ketchup, even though they're my sister's yab. Let's talk. Okay, I want to talk about this. This has always been something that's been on my mind. Since I've watched Halloween in its entirety since I can remember, maybe 3 times. I've seen bits and pieces. A shit ton. I have never been drawn to Michael Myers. I was always drawn to Freddy. So when I was giving you shit about like only your parents only being able to afford 3 of the 4 famous slashers, I focused on Freddy and that's it. My focus was on Freddy. I liked Child's Play 1, 2, and 3. I liked some of Friday the 13th. for some reason we never owned Halloween, and that's where like we were saying in the past, or you were saying that you only had certain
channels. Really.
Channels, yes, thank you. And my channels was what my parents owned, or what my friends owned, or what my friends' parents let us rent, because my parents wouldn't let me rent other things. And Halloween was never on the radar. I can't tell you how old I was when I first watched it, but I was definitely older than I was when I first watched Texas Chainsaw. Mm-hmm. So I think as a teenager, I'm going to assume I watched it for the first time as a teenager. Yeah. Even as an adult, I think it's a masterpiece. I don't feel like that 19-year-old kid who watched Goonies for the first time and is like, this has all the hype. Yeah. This movie's hype continues. It's still fucking great.
It is.
I love. Okay, so what I want to say though is when the sister and the boyfriend go upstairs to the time when Michael gets the knife and the dude or Michael comes to the decision that he's going to go kill his sister. The dude's coming down the stairs putting his shirt on in like 2.5 minutes.
You're going to love this.
How the fuck did that happen?
My friend, I'm right here for you because
I wrote down the same fucking thing?
I wrote down the time. I started it over.
I didn't have the time. I just kind of like time didn't exist for me. It just was fast.
Okay. So from the moment he sees his sister and her boyfriend.
Yeah.
The moment they get up off the couch, it's 15 seconds until the lights turn off.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Okay.
15 seconds until the light turn off.
Okay.
And then let's see. I
like how it says boobs on the back of your paper there.
You like that?
The key word to remember is boobs.
So 1 minute and 25 seconds after they get off the couch.
Yeah.
Because let's keep in mind, this is basically cinematic real time we're talking about, because there are no cuts from the moment that they get up off the couch all
no
the
cuts.
way up the
no
stairs.
Cuts. No. Yeah.
Okay, so
it's following Michael the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1 minute and 25 seconds after they get up off the couch, he says, "I gotta go," and he's putting his shirt on.
I gotta go, bitch. I got shit to do.
And then, of course, 2 minutes and 22 seconds into the movie, we get our first obligatory boob shot.
Okay, now so she's up there, topless, underwear, socks. Awesome setup. And he's coming down in shirt, just putting his shirt on. So that means he didn't even take his pants off, because that would have taken more time for him. Essentially, if he got undressed, he had to get redressed right after.
Yeah.
I got to go to TP some houses or something, because that's what bad boys do in the 50s.
Maybe he didn't want to
63 or something.
He didn't want to deal with the embarrassment of only lasting 30 seconds. So he's like, shit, I gotta go. I forgot what time it was. I'll talk to you later.
Or maybe he like touched her boob and then he came in his pants and he was like, oh, Forrest Gump.
Oh, you know what?
Forrest Gump style. Yeah. I better get out of here. Yeah, that's really funny that was like, that's not my only complaint about the movie, but that's how it starts. Also, go ahead.
Go for it.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, I loved how he picks the knife out of the drawer, too. All these first-person camera shots are fucking hilarious, because even when he's stabbing his sister, he turns and kind of looks at his hand.
I thought that, too, but I thought that, too. I saw that, too, and I thought how rad that kind of is.
It is
where
rad.
It's like, look what I'm doing. Like, he's stoked on what he's doing. Yeah. Like, he's like, this is how I do it. This is the utensil of death.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that.
I don't use it to chop prime rib. I use it to chop up my family.
Yeah.
So that was like the whole thing, right? Michael Myers just wants to kill his family.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I mean, that's
what I got. That's what I've gotten out of like the entire Halloween theme. The story is like, Laurie is his descendant, which wouldn't take that much because he's only like 23 in Halloween, and she's 18.
You would think so,
or something like that, right?
Gosh, we have so much to go into. I don't even know where to start. But this morning, when
we could start at the beginning.
This morning, when I was watching some of it with Mila, a regular on the podcast,
yeah,
by the way, I said, "How old?" Because you and I have grown up with these movies, so we've kind of seen Jamie Lee Curtis grow up, so to speak.
Totally.
So sometimes when it's so gradual, you don't know how to feel about the way they looked back in those early films.
Yeah.
And I said, how old do these three girls look to you?
Yeah.
She looked for a second and she said, like 38-year-olds trying to look 17.
Especially Annie, the one whose dad was a cop. Especially her.
Yeah.
She looks the oldest. Linda is Riff Randall in Rock and Roll High School.
Okay.
And she's also in a bunch of other horror movies. She's in Devil's Rejects. Do you remember the one they put the gun in her underwear?
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen that as many times as House of a Thousand Corpses.
I think she's not the one that got blasted by the truck who was wearing dude's face. I remember seeing that in the theater. That was awesome.
Good time.
Anyway,
Devil's Rejects?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, she's awesome. Like, I love this whole cast, but yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, back in the day, those teenagers definitely looked more like adults.
Yeah.
But, that's I don't know. That's just the thing. The way we age well. I mean, like, look, if Jamie Lee Curtis was 18, maybe 19,
yeah,
and look at her now. I mean, she looks younger than she actually is.
You look like a healthy 27-year-old, I would say.
Oh, shut the fuck up, dude! I got this awesome white stripe that goes down from my chin all the way to my Adam's apple.
Which you should just shave it down to, by the way. See how that works.
It's to what? Nothing.
No, down to the nice white stripe.
Just the white stripe. Just the skunk look.
Yeah.
No.
Back to the beginning of the movie, the pumpkin that's on the screen when the credits start rolling. I feel like it could have been less of an awful carved pumpkin.
I knew you were going to go in that direction with it. I mean, if that's really the second gripe you have, we're on a good path for this being a great movie.
Oh, it is a great movie. And right off the bat, you get that score that is so instrumental.
I mean, if we're talking about the pumpkin, for me to finally actually say something about it and not just joke about it, I loved how shitty it looked. It almost set the tone for the movie with how bad it looked.
Me too. And that's why I told you I don't know if some of it was intentional or not. If everything was intentional, like it felt in the way that it felt for me, then John Carpenter is nothing short of a mastermind.
I love the direction of the cut. How it was like cut in the nose and then it went down into the mouth versus like clean cuts.
Yeah.
That it was just like they gave it to a fucking intern and was like, get this shit done real quick. I don't give a fuck how it looks.
Right.
2 eyes and a smile. That's all we need. Oh, and a nose.
Myers could have done it himself.
He probably did in arts and crafts. in the asylum.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that fucking scene. The sound of him jumping on top of the car.
Yeah.
Where did Michael learn how to drive?
Right.
There's so many things that I'm sure, that have been questions throughout the years that we don't need to solve the answers.
Right.
We might come across them. But like that, I feel like it's not necessary, but it is kind of silly to like have this fucking dude who has not said a single word, probably has never seen how a car works outside of his childhood. And the only time he's ever seen a car work is being in the back seat. So you don't know the pedal situation.
Yeah.
So how is he able to make it through the rain to Haddonfield and not get pulled over for erratic driving from the police?
I didn't think about that as much as I thought about how those are the moments throughout the movie that are so much less scary, is when you see him doing normal things.
Creepy driving.
You couldn't actually show him behind the wheel. You know, everything was dark enough. You couldn't really see his face when he was driving the car.
Yeah.
So, and so that made it a little bit scary. And he was driving a little bit out of control.
When he was leaving, but when he was chasing Lori down, dude fucking has no shame. He broke into that hardware store and returned to the scene of the crime wearing the stolen mask, driving by, and fucking Loomis is standing there and he's looking in all directions other than the direction that Michael's in.
Yeah.
Until Michael drives away, and then he looks in that direction of the stop sign.
Right.
Fucking Loomis, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not a cop. You're a fucking psychiatrist, all right? But still. Fucking, he's been under your nose the entire fucking time.
And how slowly he's walking around the neighborhood in contrast of how worried he seems to be. He's just like taking this leisurely stroll.
Yeah.
You'd be fucking running around once you saw that car and you knew.
Michael!
Yeah.
Just running around yelling, calling for him, trying to distract him from murdering these fucking people.
The Mask. Back to The Mask.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know this. It was
Captain Kirk.
Yeah. Captain Kirk.
Dude, that's basic bitch shit.
I know,
there.
but
you're like, I've never seen this and I just found it out.
I know.
Did you just find that out?
No.
Okay, good. You did.
No.
You did. That's so sad. Oh my God, that is so sad.
No, I definitely heard it before, but it was almost like, oh yeah, that's
wow,
right.
Man. Every time I see it, I try to look at it and see the Shatner features.
And you can
see it for sure, but it's really funny that I'm sure Bill Shatner has a mask, you know, like this mask for sure. The matchbook. I mean, the thing about late 70s, early 80s, even 90s movies is they just really think their audience is fucking stupid. And they have to like zoom in on a minor detail as if we don't know it's going to be an indicator for something.
Right.
And then also a bullet to this point as well is, what are the chances of Loomis getting the fucking right payphone right where Myers dumped all that shit? You know, and got the fucking jumpsuits,
right? And
that, you know, and then, there's the matchbook laying there. Oh,
yeah.
I mean, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
so stupid. I mean, what they could have done is skip that entire fucking bullshit scene and show us Michael breaking into the hardware store and stealing all that shit, showing Michael ripping out the fucking Judy's headstone.
Yep.
That would have been so much fucking cooler.
Yeah. You know what's funny is when they first showed the shot of the missing headstone.
Yeah.
I thought that was the plot that she was supposed to be buried. I'm like, what is this? A fucking animal?
Annie is such a stoner. Oh, yeah, when she yells, "Speed kills!" And then Michael hears her go, "Speed kills!" in a car down at the end of the block.
Yeah.
And then he fucking slams on his... What'd you say, bitch?
Yeah. What I was saying earlier about him doing normal things and it not being scary. Even when he's on the phone... It's frightening when you can just hear him, you know.
Breathing through the mask? Yeah.
But when you actually see his face and he's got the phone held up to his head, like it's not effective. Not scary.
No, he just looks like he's ordering a pizza. Yeah. I fell asleep for those last 20 minutes and I never watched it again.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm disappointed.
I mean, I know what happens.
Right.
He fucking scrapes Lori's arm. She uses a coat hanger to stab him in the eye.
Thank you for saying that. First of all, did he drink before he tried to stab her
Oh,
because
how do
he
these
basically,
things work?
he basically just rips her sleeve.
Yeah. Okay. He kills what's her name? It was Linda's boyfriend. Fucking stabs him and like gets him like hanging on the fucking wall.
Yeah. You think it would hold that? I don't know.
No,
you
but-
think that knife was big enough?
No, but still, if he's doing that to one guy and the one person he wants to kill,
yeah.
and all he does is scrape her fucking arm, get the fuck out of here.
And why did it take him so long to walk outside the house and across the street after she got away and was banging on every door trying to get in?
Yeah, again, I fell asleep. Oh, yeah. Now I remember that
Do ya?
part. Yeah. He's also very good at setting up traps, too. Like when he chased, was it Annie? And then the body like falls from the rafters and like surprises her, like haunted house style.
Yeah.
He's very good, very cunning, very smart. Why is he just scraping Lori's arm? I mean, you have a clear shot at her back. It's almost like the chase is better than the catch, isn't it, Michael? And you want to keep it going forever.
Oh, yeah. Even the closet doors. He would have busted
when he
through
busted
that.
through
He would have
them?
busted
Oh my
through that in like
God.
5 seconds. He would have busted through that. Took him 25 seconds to realize, let me just punch through here.
I'll admit, though, that part is just as scary as scenes from Alien.
Oh, it's fucking great.
Where it's like, if you were in this position, I mean, this guy's struggling to get at you.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the interactions are not choreographed. Like, he's really trying to get her.
Yeah.
Very awesome.
Yeah.
So fucking perfect.
But it's slowly at the same time. So slow because when he finally busts through the door, she's got time to grab a hanger, fucking do a little makeshift
I was saying
weapon,
MacGyver it.
and stab him in the eye when he's still halfway through the door. But it's great. You're right. And it's frightening, and it works, and kudos to Jamie Lee Curtis because she did phenomenal. Definitely my favorite role I've ever seen her in.
Introduced, too.
Yeah.
She was an introduction.
Yeah. Her screams, the way she was panicking when she ran away from the house.
That's why she's a scream
stuff.
queen.
Good stuff.
That's why she's a scream queen. Isn't her mom the lady from Psycho?
I don't know.
Jamie Lee Curtis?
Don't know.
I don't know. I'm looking it up to see. Because I want to make sure I'm right and I'm not fucking talking out of my ass. Because I know her dad's Tony Curtis.
I think every second we recorded is just us talking out of our ass.
I'm not going to look it up anymore. I'm sure it is, and I'll Google it. And if it isn't, someone will not email us. I'm going to start. Okay. Halloween 3.
Okay.
Halloween 3 is completely different than Michael Myers' Halloween. It's a company that created these masks to kill kids or some shit like that. It's fucking awesome. It's really good. It's got that guy who's in all the he's in like The Fog. He's in all the John Carpenter movies. He's super famous. He's in Killer Clowns. Let me look him up. His name is Tom Atkins.
Okay.
You know who he is.
Yeah.
So apparently Halloween 1 and 2 is the end of Michael Myers in like theory. Like, this is the end of Michael Myers. 1 and 2 are the first Halloween. Halloween 3 is a new Halloween story. My voice just cracked like Bobby Brady. Halloween 3 is a new Halloween story, and every Halloween after that was supposed to be a different Halloween movie. Halloween 4 was going to be a different Halloween story. Halloween 5 was going to be a different Halloween story. But people were like, Halloween 3, this is stupid. There's no Michael Myers. It's not Halloween 3. There's no Michael Myers.
Sure.
And it kind of like ruined what could have been because people griped so much, and then they did Halloween 4 and then Halloween 5 and then H2O and all that fucking bullshit that don't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Because now they have those other 3 Halloween movies. And to me, I think Halloween 1 and 2 would have been great, and they would have and if they just would have kept going on like a trick or treat type of movie, where it was just like everyone was something different.
Yeah,
I think that would have been rad.
Oh yeah,
but people wanted something different, and it fucking ruined it.
Certainly more of an artistic approach.
I totally recommend Halloween 3. I mean, I avoided it. I said the same thing too for a long time. Like, it's not Halloween.
Yeah, makes sense.
But then I went and watched it through different eyes, and I'm like, this is a great movie. Like, it would have been a rad Halloween series of just Halloween movies.
Mm-hmm.
First one, a madman. Second one, a company that wants to control kids.
Yeah.
It's like 1.5 hour long Twilight Zone episodes, but Halloween themed.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking rad.
Yeah.
I don't remember the other thing I was going to bring up. Oh, yeah. Liking and subscribing. I hate fucking saying it. I hate having to do that. I was watching these YouTube videos. I was playing Cyberpunk and I got lost and I needed to like, you know, whatever. And anyways, they always say like and subscribe, like and subscribe. People listening to this, people watching these things know that that's what you should be doing. But yet we always do these call to arms and we don't, because I hate being a fucking repetitive monster. I hate it. I hate having to say it.
Yeah.
But like and subscribe, like, I mean, if you're being chased by a madman and the only way to survive is to hit like and subscribe, do that. You know, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
It's right here. You're listening to it. Hit the follow button, hit the bell button. I mean, even if you don't give a shit, clear the notifications. But like hitting these things make it seem like people actually like listening to this, and more people who might like listening to it will get to it. So yeah.
That was beautiful,
Michael
man.
Myers
I
is
agree.
chasing you. The only way to save yourself is hit like and subscribe. That's a threat.
Yeah, just imagine it. Imagine
A
he's
madman's
chasing you.
after you, and your only chance of survival is hitting like and subscribe. That's all I ask. Chad, are you ready to watch Halloween Part 2?
I
Or
think
do you have anything
so.
else you want to say about Halloween that we might have overshadowed?
No, I don't think so.
Some of the lines are dorky. God, I hate a guy with a car and no sense of humor. Like, he's almost there. He's got a car,
Yeah.
but he can't laugh. What a dick.
Right.
Yeah, shit like that was dumb.
Yeah.
What about that annoying little kid? Boogeyman's gonna get me. No, there's the boogeyman.
Yeah. Luckily, he wasn't in it any more than he
Well, he
was in
kept
it.
fucking calling for Lori to come look at him after he's gone. Look, Lori, there he is.
Yeah.
Where'd he go? He walked back into the house. But he's there in the house. Yeah. Let's see. Some of the other... I was bummed that they all got killed. I you know, sometimes you're like, I don't give a fuck about that camp counselor. Good. I'm glad they're dead. I like these characters. I mean, all jokes aside, Annie, Linda, those dudes, they're fine. They're funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Fine cast.
And how did that sheriff not smell the weed? I mean, they're smoking that.
Yeah.
They were smoking
Come
that shit in
on.
the car.
Right.
Dude, they rolled down the windows. It's like, what are you girls up to?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, hey, my story about Mila.
Oh, yeah.
So she came down this morning. I was in the basement watching it.
Mm-hmm.
She sat down beside me. I sent her up a few times, brush her hair, brush her teeth, make sure you eat, pack some lunch. And she's come down. She's trying to watch what she can. And, of course, that score plays time and time again, even when Michael is nowhere to be found.
Yeah. I mean,
know?
it's so intense. It's awesome. When Lori's walking down the street carrying the pumpkin
Yeah.
and it's playing that music.
Yeah, you can hardly hear the dialogue between her and the little boy, which, by the way, I have something else to say that I'll need to go back to. But so she heard that so much, and she was able to catch Michael a few times. But every time she would go upstairs, she would hear that, and she'd be like, "Is it a scary part coming up?" And I'm like, "Nope."
No, they're just at the grocery store.
So every few minutes, because that would
yeah.
go off every few minutes.
Yeah. It's like the 1-2 Freddy's coming for you, but not really.
Yeah.
Or
not
maybe
really.
he is. I don't know.
Yeah. If somebody's jump roping, he is. He's somewhere around. But so we were driving to school, and we drove by this house. She looked over, and there was a Michael Myers prop standing on the porch, just looking outward. And she turned to me, and she was like, and you can see the look on her face. She's like, that actually really scared me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so rad. That's so cool.
The key that Jamie Lee Curtis puts on.
Oh yeah, the dad that gives to her. Yeah.
So what was that again? Because I kind of missed that.
They're selling the Myers house.
Okay, and she's putting the key outside because
for the realtor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But the realtor is really Michael.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think that dog looked like? He must have got hungry. Fucking Loomis.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what do you think Michael looked like eating a dog with his like mask halfway on his head?
Yeah.
And then he's just like.
They could only show so much of that, and I really wish I could have watched this in high definition. That's the other thing, is I watched it on, I don't know, Zumo or some shit like that.
Oh, we should have told me. I have it on DVD.
Yeah, I would have preferred.
Well, I was inches away from buying it on 4K.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, it's $26. I mean, I don't need it because I have it on DVD, and like, who cares how good it looks?
I don't know. I would watch it within the next week if I could see it on 4K.
Yeah, I think maybe I'll buy it and you should come over and then we'll watch it on 4K.
That'd be great because there really are some beautiful shots. And even though I told you the other day, I feel like any amateur filmmaker could probably pull this off.
Yeah.
That's not for negative reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost a compliment in the way, I was telling you how cheesy as fuck it was, his parents just standing there and having this. You silly boy.
Yeah.
Did you just kill someone?
Yeah, the mom
you're going to get grounded for that.
The mom looks so fucking disappointed. She's just like, oh, Michael, again? How many daughters of mine do you have to kill before you start flying straight, mister?
At the same time, it's got that art school feel to it.
Totally.
Very, very artistic sort of thing. So I like that blend of the two. And what's with the it cuts out to green a couple times. Does it do that on the DVD?
I can't remember. I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, we're watching this on Peacock, so that'll at least be in HD on Halloween 2.
Yeah. HD.
Yeah, Halloween 2 I've only ever seen on like fucking Fox on a Saturday afternoon in the 90s. Like I remember she's in the hospital and Michael's coming after her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. It's like it may be 3 years after the original, but it's supposed to be that night of.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That night.
Yeah, because you remember she gets taken away and Loomis looks out the window and Michael's gone.
Sure.
After he shot him like 6 times.
Oh, man, that makes me even more excited to see it. And there was something I was just going to say.
Look how much older she looks.
Yeah.
3 years is a lot back, on.
Well, now was the thing until the end of the movie. Michael Myers almost had, he's got more of a human feel to him, definitely, than the other horror icons that we have.
Yeah.
Not really a supernatural feel. And then there's like that moment where she's looking at the clothes drying and sees him standing there.
Oh, out
she
her
doesn't
window?
turn her head away, and then all of a sudden he basically vanishes
in
front of her eyes. Like, what the fuck is that?
Where did he go behind the hedges? Like, I'm sure you fucking crunched some leaves on your way out, Ferris Bueller. Fucking running through people's backyards in Halloween in Illinois. Crunch, 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 crunch. You seeky motherfucker. People know where you're at. You fucking can't stop breathing through your mouth. Through that mask. Everyone knows you're fucking coming around, but yet everyone dies around you.
That was quite the rant.
Yeah, that's my Dennis Leary rant for you. Yeah. Did you reach the end? What was the boobs that you wrote on your note? Is it about Riff Randall's boobs in bed?
Hold on.
Was she smoking a cigarette in Annie's parents' bedroom? Not Annie's parents, that kid's parents that she's babysitting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck. I just remembered another part. When I was talking about him doing normal things.
Yeah.
The worst of all.
When he's doing push-ups in the morning?
No, when he puts the sheet over
Oh,
himself
yeah, and he's wearing the glasses.
glasses on. I mean, just imagine seeing that process of Michael Myers.
That's what I want to see. I want to see him in the kitchen with some knives, or not knives, scissors, cutting holes. Yeah, this looks good.
Well, and they got a
And
line
then
right out
adjusting
too.
it. Yeah, he's got to adjust it and then put the glasses on.
So is he taking the mask before he puts it on? Well, no, because then we get that fucking awesome shot of him killing her and the thing sliding off his fucking face.
And
I love that.
Yeah. Oh, and Jamie Lee Curtis?
No, I forget who he kills, but he's wearing the sheet.
Oh, no, that was Linda.
Okay.
Linda. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because they show his face when Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's still wearing the mask.
Yeah.
But yeah, the sheet slides off his face, and I fucking that made me smile.
Yeah,
I must say.
This is definitely made from someone who likes making these kinds of movies.
Yeah, and I also like the fact that they had to have been waiting for that train to come when he's checking out that pickup truck, because right when the scene starts, that fucker comes rolling by. It's like, yeah, okay, they had that time.
There's a lot of perfect
extent.
time shots. I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Anything else? Boobs?
Yeah, but I can't remember.
I just still think that's so funny.
Open door boobs.
Open door boobs.
Open door boobs. As you can see in my notes, this is the exact same way that I start writing poetry. I don't have bad handwriting, but when I'm taking notes, I can hardly read it.
Yeah, why?
So when I was explaining the time until he says, "I got to get out of here," it took me forever to even read what I wrote.
No, you figured it out. You did pretty well.
Boobs.
Got a Charlie map there from It's Always Sunny.
Camera on knife, boobs. Yeah, I got nothing.
All right. Let's watch Halloween 2.
Let's do it.
I'm excited.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Chad, do you agree with that Rotten Tomato rating for Halloween 2?
I'd probably give it upwards of 40.
Yeah, I feel 30 is a little harsh. 40 is good, not fresh.
No.
Not fresh at all. And now the eye focus on the thing, I was going to mention it to you, but since you've never seen the movie, I was like going to let you kind of see that scene where he gets shot in the eyes and has got the blood dripping. That's like that's an iconic Myers scene too. And I wonder if that was like the theme for this cover photo.
Maybe.
Is like that's the eyes, like, ooh, get ready, something's gonna happen with the eyes and it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I mean the kill scenes were great. There were a few pretty shots. I mean, that's why I would give it a 40. Beyond that, I mean, it's nothing compared to the original at all.
It's super comical.
Yeah.
Super comical.
Yeah.
It's an MST3K movie waiting to be done.
Mm-hmm.
It's Loomis is so much in this fucking movie. So much. I liked how little he was in the first one.
Yeah.
And he has way more scenes in this one.
How
And-
little little dialogue in the first one.
Yeah,
too.
this one is like what our favorite is. I shot him 6 times.
Yeah.
6 times.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis bullets.
This whole movie, he's talking about that. How much he shot? I shot Michael Myers. Me.
6 times, and let me remind you, he was a patient of mine for 15 years.
Yeah, let me give you more into his diagnosis again. And then he's holding the gun to the fucking U.S. Marshal. Listen, mister, They're gonna take me back to the hospital. Fucking tough guy Loomis.
Yeah, all you gotta do is be like, dude, get the gun out of my fucking face.
And then when he's like, "What do you guys do? Fire a warning shot through the window."
The guy's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, that quick
Flips the
fucking
bitch.
U-turn. So one thing I learned is Michael Myers is referred to as the Shape. That's new to me.
Yeah. So
When I was looking up Halloween Part 4, when you asked about how he returns, they talk about the Shape again in that one. I didn't read the article about the referring to him as the Shape, but that's some history I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I also wonder why. Why would you refer to him as Michael Myers? Like Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, Chucky, Leatherface. You know, they all have. Well, I mean, I guess Leatherface, they didn't use his name. You don't get Leatherface's name until like much later into the series.
So did you look it up? Do you know how he comes back in the 4th?
Yeah, so I guess there's like a scene where I can't put Michael Myers out for you. I guess there's a scene in the 4th one that starts out from the end of the 2nd one where Loomis is being tended to by a paramedic because he's alive, apparently.
Okay.
Apparently. He was in that room that burnt up, that blew up. Loomis was standing right next to ether and oxygen when he
charred to the
lit
bone.
that guy's lighter. Yes, he should be done for.
Yes.
But apparently he's being tended to by a paramedic, and he goes, "Don't put him out."
Not even 6 bullets will kill him.
If 6 bullets can't take him down that I personally fired into him, the fire that I personally lit and tried to sacrifice myself for will not do the job. Let him burn, sir. Let him burn. I haven't seen Part 4, but I'm assuming that's how it played out. Word for word, even. Yeah, I guess John Carpenter didn't like this movie at all.
Really?
He came in and like did so many redos to it
Uh-huh.
to the point where he pissed the director off. Like Carpenter was worried that at this time in 81, horror movies were gore and tits.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie didn't have enough gore and tits.
That's what Carpenter wanted?
I think he wanted because he was afraid of the success of the movie because it was going up against other movies that were about gore and tits.
Yeah.
And so
Slumber Party Massacre.
yeah, that type of shit
Yeah.
where like this one clearly had gratuitous nudity. Maybe I should practice in front of the mirror. Gratuitous nudity with the waitress, with the fucking nurse, where you don't see anything except for her fucking torso.
Yeah.
And in the first Halloween movie, it was like Linda's boobs.
Yeah.
They were there, but they weren't there. You know, like,
Through the mask.
Yeah, you saw them through like the sheet, almost like between her arm and the sheet, and like just simple movements. Anything would have exposed the chest, but this is like, here's my tits. I hope you enjoy these yabos.
And I did. You know,
I mean, yeah,
certainly
totally.
nothing wrong with it. Probably one of the best parts of the movie.
They did
overall.
the job. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like that's what made Halloween 1 so much better was it didn't need that to attract an audience.
Yeah.
What attracted the audience was the sheer terror of Michael Myers or the Shape.
Everything
that
else.
I now know. And then let's discuss what we didn't discuss in the first one is complete blackness. All of a sudden, Michael's face in the mask. They used it again in this one. And the first one, it just hit so well. Like, wasn't he in like a hallway closet or something?
Some kind of closet like
where
that,
you just did not expect to see that.
She was standing right up next to it.
Yeah, back to him. Yeah.
And actually, I know I watched an interview with John Carpenter, and he said that scene is one that he's most proud of throughout his career.
He should. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Outside of the thing.
And he made it almost sound like it was accidental in a way, you know, to the point where he didn't really expect it to turn out.
I mean, talk
quite
about
how it did.
excellent use of lighting
Yeah.
to tell a scene.
Mm-hmm.
So the Courtney, the last girl I was with, we lived together, and
I don't know her.
You don't know that?
No.
You don't know her? And she was like, "Hey, take your shoes off, put them in the bedroom." And no, she told me to take her shoes and put them in the bedroom. Anyway, so she set up this fucking master prank. I get into the bedroom, I turn on the light switch, on off, on off, on off. The light's not coming on. You know, I figure by the 6th attempt, the light will come on, but it doesn't.
It's always 6.
And I go, I'm like, whatever, okay, whatever. You just want me to put my shoes in. She knows me. She knows I'm not going to go check the lights to see why it's not turning on. Right. And so I just throw the shoes down. And she goes, "Don't throw the shoes down. Put them in the closet." I'm like, "Oh, fine." So I pick them up and I like open the closet. Oh my God, there's fucking Michael Myers' face. No joke. Just like the fucking John Carpenter shot from the first Halloween. Complete blackness.
Nice.
All I see is a white face.
That's great.
Fucking terrifying. I ran out of the room screaming, shit, shit.
Left her there? Left her in the room?
She was in the living room. She was in the living room. Just fucking laughing at my ass, fucking freaking out.
That's great.
I get the lights turned on, whatever, open it up. She fucking propped the vacuum cleaner up so it's face level with me and put the mask on that so it fit and this mask it's a hard mask. I have it still. It's fucking awesome looking.
Right.
And so it looks just like Michael Myers. I'll send you a picture of it.
Okay.
It's fucking crazy.
First of all, that's a tall vacuum cleaner. Secondly,
well, no, I mean she had it stacked up on boxes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's. I wish I could have seen it. I bet you shit your pants.
Oh, almost, dude. I was fucking terrified. I was so scared.
Yeah, it's something I would do to my kids.
Way scarier than this movie. Way scarier. What was your favorite death scene?
What was the first one?
The first one was the girl on the phone where she's like, "Bull fucking shit. Yeah, Terry went out with Dad to take my aunt to the county."
Okay.
Or something. Yeah, and then she's like, then she hears the noise and then Michael like pops up out of nowhere and stabs her.
Yeah. I mean, I know there were a couple that I was really pleased with. Can you name them? Can you name all the kill scenes?
I liked the way he melted that chick's face in the scalding water.
Yeah, that might
and
be
his
my
hand
favorite.
received no damage.
Yeah.
I also want to know what the fuck happened to Jimmy.
Right.
Jimmy slipped in blood, hit his head, passed out, walks back, gets in his car, won't start, decides to fall asleep.
Yeah.
And then that's the last of you hear of him.
Right.
And he's like, "Don't worry, Lori. I won't let anything happen to you." And she's like, "Fuck you. I'll let anything happen to you."
I think he died.
How?
Well, I mean, maybe just hitting his head too hard and the effects of that.
What, if the soft spot didn't form
I don't
over?
know. I don't know.
So he fucking like cracked his skull and that's so fucking stupid. Did Michael get the count for that kill when they came out and said there was 10 dead bodies? There was 10 dead bodies. Did you count 10 people getting killed?
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't count.
1, 2, Buddy, and gratuitous nudie nurse.
The old lady, which, by the way, I love that shot of him standing in the distance.
Oh, that was fucking killer.
Yeah.
That was killer. When she was watching the news and the husband was asleep and you could just
Yeah.
see Michael back by the back door.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I'm not going to count through all the dead bodies, but let's just say that's fucking stupid. That's bad filmmaking, not explaining what happens to Jimmy or even giving him such a prominent "I'll protect you" Lori role.
Yeah.
Like you think he would die trying to save her. Instead,
Right.
he dies because he slips in
fell.
blood.
Yeah. Or just have him die right then and there. You know, have
Or like Michael come in and,
something
like-
that he falls onto instead of just the floor.
Yeah.
Some fucking knives that for whatever reason are inverted.
So was the original intention to have Lori be the sister in the first one? They didn't explain any of that in the first one. You got the answers after you watched the second one.
Right.
So like you watched the first one, 1978, and you're like, wow, this movie's so good. Why is he after Lori?
I was wondering the same thing. And no, I don't think they had that planned out. I think that was the whole thing they wrote for the second one The first one, I think it was just the fact that she was the first person that he saw. She approached the house and left the key.
Oh,
that kind of became
that's true.
infatuated with her just because.
I love that.
Yeah.
He went home, and she was the first one to show up.
Right.
That made him like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I want
Kind
to
of
kill this
obsessed.
person.
Yeah.
I love the idea of him being obsessed.
Yeah.
And then they changed it to being a family thing.
Yeah.
You know, that like having to kill his sister. And then the parents, when did they die? Like who, they said the parents were killed by who? Natural causes or a fucking maniac?
Right.
Or a car accident or, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, shoddily put together. I think if this had time, some of the IMDb shit that I read said that John Carpenter drank a 6-pack of Budweiser every day to just get through the screenwriting process. And I'm like, it's good. It's good. It's got good bones. Just so much shit needs to get retweaked.
Yeah.
And like, one, is this hospital abandoned and there's only 4 people who work there?
Yeah.
I don't get that.
And speed them up, not only for the fact of like, okay, Jesus Christ, let's speed some of these scenes along, but speed them up because it separates it from the first one that just more, a little bit more. And not only that, I mean, him coming at you in full stride is pretty fucking scary.
Yeah.
Thought in itself.
Yeah.
I mean, at least some parts,
And back to the obsession thing. He only killed to fulfill that obsession. In this one, it just seems like he's killing along his way to the hospital.
Yeah.
And then once you get to the hospital, then you got to clear everybody out before you take out your main target.
Yeah.
I mean, objectively, it's to leave as little body count as possible.
Uh-huh.
Go after your main target and walk the fuck out.
Yeah.
But he can't die. You can't die. So who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You just keep fucking walking. Loomis comes in and shoots you with 11 bullets. That's the total count, by the way.
Okay.
11 bullets.
11.
6 in the first one,
Well,
5
you
in
said
this
through
one.
the window. I thought that Myers broke through that window.
No, the car window.
Oh, okay.
When he's all like, what do you guys do? Fire a warning
Gotcha.
shot? Bang.
Gotcha.
And
okay.
Then, and he didn't think to replace that missing one.
See.
And then he shot him 5 times inside the hospital.
See, those are the details you don't expect from a movie like Halloween.
Right? You think it would be like 7 shots in a 6-shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to make up excuses like, oh, well, he popped it open and put that other bullet in like right after he shot that window out of the car.
Also, why would you have just been like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then stop firing? Why wouldn't you have gone like click, 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 click till you're done?
Yeah.
And then,
Okay.
And then not give your other gun to Lori.
Right.
And then try to shoot Michael with your fucking empty gun. That was Fuck. This movie was nothing compared to the first one.
No.
Nothing compared to the first one. And I mean, it's great in story wise, with the whole Lori being the sister. There's a lot of good scenes that were fun, but as a whole package, it's not fucking good.
And just the continuation, the seamless transition from the first.
Yeah,
to
that
the
was rad
second.
too. That was really
Super
good too.
cool.
I mean, there's a lot of
cool.
there's a lot of things that I didn't notice that said like the balcony was different. Being the
okay.
3-year difference.
Right.
There were differences for sure, but clearly we're not diehards to notice.
Yeah.
And I think it was a good job. You thought it was a good job.
Yeah, I did.
But I feel like the series could have ended on one. I feel like this didn't need to be a slasher story. Like that other IMDb trivia about the son and the mom with the razor blade ripped tongue being the opening to a Halloween anthology just solidifies the Halloween 3 prospects being a new series. And that would have just been even cooler. Like I was saying, Halloween 4 where it's guy putting razor blades in candies, because that's totally an urban myth. None of that shit ever happened. Ever.
Right.
Ever. I just think I would have liked that more than Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers, Halloween 5 with Paul Rudd, or Halloween 6 with Paul Rudd. I can't remember. And fucking who was it? Ludacris or something. in H2O. LL Cool
H2O.
J, or was it Ludacris?
I think that's the last one I saw.
And then just so many. Like you don't have to turn every slasher into fucking Jason Voorhees. It could be a one and done.
Yeah.
Sinister didn't need a fucking sequel because guess what? That sequel sucked with Rob Lowe.
Yeah.
That one, the first one was great with fucking Ethan Hawke. But, they just keep trying to create franchises where franchise really could be done, but you need to, it's like our job. You just need to actually see the bigger picture and put in extra effort if you want it to be that fucking top tier, or you just settle for mediocrity and you can make 5 million or you can make 20 million. You just want to go the easy route and make the 5.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Halloween 2. Easy route bullshit. They could have worked harder on it. Fucking, they could have, the studio, you want a sequel to Halloween? Fucking throw a shit ton of money to Carpenter because he did such a great job on that first one. But instead you're like, we'll give you like $50 more than we gave you last time.
Yeah.
And then this is the shit you get.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like a real life work type of.
Well, and you know what? At the same time, not as bad as it should be.
I mean, I'll be honest, and I'm sure people will probably hate this, but better than the Rob Zombie fucking Halloween movies.
Really?
I watched one. It was okay. Malcolm McDowell as Loomis was pretty rad,
Okay.
but I maybe saw 2. But my point is they clearly didn't do great enough to not do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
That's just my hot take on things.
Halloween 2.
Halloween 2. I want to know what diehards think instead of the 1 stars. Don't you, Chad?
Yep.
Don't you?
Yeah.
Don't yawn, though. Makes it sound like you don't care. Yeah, I guess. Fuck it. Whatever. Donald Pleasance. Okay, what's the IMDb rating for Halloween Part 2?
4.9.
6.5.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, when you compare them to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it's far superior than those movies.
Sure.
Far superior.
Sure.
There are a lot of things to make it good. The seamless transition, fun kill scenes. I thought the guy who played Myers in this one did just as good as a job as the other Myers. So, I mean, there are a lot of good things, but there also are a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
Which that's why I think 6 is too high, but
I might watch it again, but
here goes. Excellent follow-up. On the same night of October 31st, 1978, Michael Myers is still on the loose in Haddonfield, and Laurie Strode has been hospitalized. Dr. Loomis is still hot on this trail as he discovers the truth behind Michael Myers and a shocking secret behind him. Now the killer is stalking the halls of Haddonfield Hospital as he wants Laurie, but can he survive the night yet again? Or can she? Sorry, can she? Because Michael didn't survive. Michael always survives. A fantastic sequel to John Carpenter's masterpiece. Masterpiece of horror is a chilling one as well. It's the best of the Halloween sequels. That I'll give you. As it works as a great follow-up that is just as good, scary, and exciting as the original. It's violent and gory with some memorable kills like the hot tub murder and the syringe in the head sequence. Yeah, we didn't mention that. That was a pretty rad scene where he's fucking... That
was very cool.
The makeup and the kill scenes were
I mean, using the scalpel to pick her up was kind of like...
That was over the top, yeah.
But
John Carpenter and Deborah Hill, who did the original movie, co-wrote and produced this installment. It's a worthy sequel that fans of the original might enjoy. See, I feel all those things, but, you can't just come and give something a 10 and not point out the stupid shit.
By the way, there was something I wanted to say.
What's that?
So I recently recut Kill Bill from a year ago.
Yeah.
You and I got together, watched them both. Something we never released.
Yeah.
But within that episode, I said that I would give Kill Bill a 9.
Uh-huh.
And you know what? The fucking audacity
Of you?
of me
Of
to
you.
say, man, give it a 9 to a film that I would watch over and over again, and get even more appreciation from every time. People, Kill Bill Volume 1 is a 10, without a doubt. I'm sorry
Without a doubt.
for even pretending like it's not.
I feel you. Kill Bill 1 was fucking great, dude. All right, here's a 1 star.
Okay.
Here's someone who agrees with us. Hilarious is the title. Halloween was a brilliant film and made a lot of money for Carpenter. However, Halloween 11, I think he means 2, but instead of using I's, he used 1s. Proves the money and success of the original went to his head. Time and time again, people make this mistake. For example, the music. What did he do with this original
Wasn't
synth?
Carpenter's fault.
No, it wasn't. That he composed the original music on. Did he sell it? Because it's not in the movie, and that was the core ingredient in the original. Yeah, because it was all over the place in the original. You know, going to your car, going to the bathroom, going to school. Without that, we wouldn't have the classic that is Halloween. At the start of Halloween 2, the movie takes up from where it left off with the original, but there's a different synth. It wasn't there on the original. Why do this? Because it's another movie. My point being, it's not. If it's not broken, don't change it. I mean, I think a lot of the things that you look at, if you look at IMDb, while you're writing IMDb reviews, is that John Carpenter was uncredited on a lot of stuff with the movie. Also, you can read the IMDb trivia on his feelings about this movie. So don't blame Carpenter because he did the best he could with what he had.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he went out to do other great things. Like, what are other rad movies that he's done?
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, you blame the director.
Yeah,
whatever.
He came back and did part 4.
Yeah.
That director who did part 2.
Huh.
Did you ever watch Vampires?
No, I don't think so.
John Carpenter made it.
No.
With
I don't think I did.
with James Woods.
It's not ringing a bell.
I mean,
I know
it's pretty good.
I know about it being in his catalog, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
I saw it in the theater a couple times. I remember just really enjoying it. James Woods was really cool. It just kind of like sucks that he's now one of those off the rail John Voight type of political right wing actors.
Right.
But they did do a sequel to it with John Bon Jovi.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shot? Does it get shot through the heart?
I think that vampire was to blame.
You like that?
That was a good one.
Thank you.
Call to arms again. Instagram.
Subscribe.
At Sequilibrium Podcast. Like, subscribe, follow on all of our stuff. Leave reviews. Email us what you think about Halloween Part 2.
Please do. YouTube.
YouTube.
I put a lot of effort.
Yeah, Chad
into
puts
that
a lot of
YouTube
work
channel.
into YouTube. I feel like there's more subscribers on YouTube than there are for the audio aspect to the podcast. So change that.
I mean, as of right now, I think there's probably about 14 hours available on YouTube combined.
And there's probably about 36 hours on Spotify.
Oh, at least.
Yeah,
at
so follow that shit. And Ghostbusters 2 next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it. And
All
then
right.
a Christmas story.
A Christmas
after
story is November, the first 2 weeks
17th,
of
I
November.
think.
Okay.
I don't know what that falls on.
Yeah, that's going to be
Hopefully
a fun
Thursday.
one. I feel like maybe we should wait and do around Christmas do that episode.
Should we?
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to hold off? You're the one I'm worried about.
No, I'm going to watch it as soon as it comes out. But
So we're not watching it together.
Well, I mean, that's the tough thing is because Christmas Story is a movie I like to watch only on Christmas.
Yeah. Kind of like whatever it was. Hocus Pocus.
Kind of like Hocus Pocus. Yeah. Which, I mean, I'll make an exception for this year. Change is good. Change is what turns a caterpillar into a butterfly.
That's right.
So we will do we will do our best to do as many Christmas movies this year.
I love it. Was there a jingle all the way too?
Yes, there was with Larry the Cable Guy.
Really?
Yep.
Oh shit! I don't even know if I want to go there.
Yep. There's Jingle All the Way 2. There's Santa Claus 2, which we started but never did.
Yeah, it might be fun to do that now.
Yeah. There is.
Maybe I can swerve you again, and we'll just watch Weekend at Bernie's too. Again.
I know, that'll be so funny. Ghostbusters 2 is a Christmas movie, but then there's all those kinds of movies that are like, are they Christmas movie? Because we could do Die Hard 2 because that takes place during Christmas.
Yeah. We were gonna do Die Hard 2
we were
about a year ago.
We were.
It just kind of fell by the wayside.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll try to pump in as many as we can till the end of the year.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.